Hi guys, it's Peggy with I'mLosingItToday.com, and this is our Friday segment. We had a little, what would you say, Friday?
Friday, like
Friday.
yay.
Oh, Friday. Oh, I got it now. Okay, Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday.
So, okay, this is our Friday segment. And we had a segment on Monday and Wednesday, and we talked about your your signature style and your signature, how to bring that into your wardrobe, that kind of thing. And I really loved it because I was doing things I didn't realize that I was doing things right.
Yes.
And she kind of explained to me what, all of that meant. So I really love those segments. So if you didn't get the chance to see those, check those out, Monday and Wednesday segments. Today, we're going to talk about your color. Mm-hmm. And what color means and how to put color into your wardrobe, that kind of thing. So without further ado, Toi, what exactly?
So we shouldn't underestimate the psychology behind color and the meaning. And we obviously don't have time to go through the entire spectrum today.
Right.
We'll go through some basic things. And then if you want to take a deeper dive into any of the other things that we have been talking about today, feel free to pick up my book, Secrets of a Well-Dressed Brand. It's only available on iTunes. But anyway, so when we talk about color, I always think about Apple. I always think about the Apple products because they were one of the first companies they were the first company to have white headphones, because for years, think about it, they were black all your life, and all of a sudden it was like something different. Well, and the reason that they chose white is because white gives you a sense of hope. It's about newness. It's about starting something fresh and clean.
That's true because, even God says he will take our sins away and make us white as snow.
There you go.
We got snow out on the ground right now. So absolutely.
And so, right. And so it's the same thing, right? And so it's the same thing when we were talking about how our favorite color is red. We talked about both loving the color black.
Right.
So let's talk about red since that's kind of been the theme so far, right? And so red is about ambition. It's about passion. Mm-hmm. It's about being determined.
Right.
It's a very passionate color. And there's a myth that the color red makes you hungry. I know. It's actually, upon further research for my book, it's not true.
Yeah, well, I'd have to repaint my kitchen.
Right, I know, because I have a red kitchen too.
I'm like, I can't lose weight. Well, I heard that though, because they say fast food restaurants a lot of times will do red.
Right. And that's actually a myth.
Yeah.
And so so black, the color black, right, is really about elegance. It's about being authoritative. Gray is a very trustworthy color. Okay. It kind of brings people in, and it just says that you can trust me. Okay. And so I love it with the red because it quiets down the red, which is like a power color.
I have red underneath.
And so, and then it says, well, listen, I'm not going to be, just kind of like trampling over you when you come into contact with me. It's not so much about this powerhouse. It's just very loving and trustworthy when you put gray on top of it, saying that you're not going to be taken advantage of, but you can also be trusted.
Right. And I always heard the myth about wearing black because it makes you look slimmer.
Right. Well, that's primarily for television. Because the camera typically adds 10 pounds. Okay. And so
see, ladies, if you saw my segment with the black and white stripes, I am not that big.
Yeah. Well, and then it's different with the print. So if you wear a print on camera, it's going to, if you wear a large floral or stripe, it actually makes you look larger.
See, I had on a black and white stripe. I should have had this segment before I did that one.
Just call me next time. So those are the type of things that you want to do. Orange is a very confident color. It's the color of creativity.
Okay, and that's my daughter's favorite color is orange.
Well, there you go. Yeah. That makes perfect sense, right? And also you think about why UPS uses the color brown, right? Because brown is a very stable color. They're sending the message that you can trust me.
Okay.
And things like that, right? So if you'll start to notice that, out in the world with different products, purple is the color of spirituality.
Right.
and things like that. So a lot of times when you go to, especially like a Black Baptist church, their choir robes will be purple.
Oh, really?
Yes. Because just like, oh, I didn't realize that until I started to study color. And I was like, oh, growing up, that makes perfect sense of why. It's also, the meaning behind it is very affluent and like royal as well.
Well, yeah, because
Regal, rather, excuse me.
purple in the Bible was always considered a royal color type.
Yeah. So there you go. So that's the way
Okay.
that you can typically start to use color. And if any of those are your favorite colors, again, start to add those in a little bit more. And so that you send the right message when you're meeting people.
Yeah, these
9
have been
seconds.
some great tips. And like
Thank
I
you.
said, Toi does have a book that she has out, and you said it was on iTunes.
It's only on iTunes, so if you're not an iTunes user, I'm so sorry. But you can follow me on social media. I do tend to plug a lot of things from my book inside of my blog and on Instagram on toysweeney.com. I'm Toi Sweeney everywhere. And Secrets of a Well-Dressed Brand can be found on iTunes. You can go to iTunes and just type in my name and it'll come up.
Oh, that's great. I'm so sorry. I have not read your book yet.
Oh, that's okay. You've been a little busy.
I am going to, because I tell you what, this has been awesome. I have been enlightened about different things. I knew color. My husband was a paint rep for 15 years.
Yes.
And, like I always thought green was a calming color.
Mm-hmm.
And I always heard that you didn't. And I would see that's funny, because I always heard you didn't want to paint your dining room red and all that
Mm-hmm.
because it's, not a good color for eating or whatever. So that has really enlightened me. So I'm definitely going to get your book and read it. So
It's simple to get through. It's 64 pages. It's chock full of videos, about an hour and a half to get through on your iPad. It's simple. And
Okay.
Yeah, it's easy to
Great.
get through.
Toi, thank you so much
Thank
for
you for
coming
having me.
in. It's been so much fun, and we just have a great time together when we're
Always.
together. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions for me, you can always reach me, message me on my Facebook page. I'm losingittoday.com, or just private message me. I'd be glad to answer any questions, put you in contact with Toi or whatever with her book. And I hope you guys have a great Friday.
Friday.
Friday and a great weekend. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.